Find anything?
Yeah.
Found a baby.
I found a baby.
Hi, baby. Boo.
I don't know how much she costs.
What'd you find? Clothes. So these are fill a basket for $5. Not bad. Oh my gosh. So it's been a long time since I've been able to do some sourcing like that. And I'm excited. So I'm walking outside because I forgot cash. It's a rummage sale, so typically they don't accept card. Got to literally run to the office, which is a block that way, get some cash, go back, and I'm gonna show you guys a full breakdown. That was so quick pace because there's other people in there sourcing the same time. So it was so cutthroat that I couldn't take any footage. I was gonna edit together this nice fancy vlog for you guys, and I got in there and it was just go. So yeah, gotta start running, get some cash, show you guys. I got the cash. I'm gonna go back in. Everything's on the hold section. No one's gonna take it. So I'm gonna do one more walkthrough just to double check I didn't miss anything. I was moving pretty quick, so we'll see. Office, loading everything up, bringing it inside. I'm gonna show you guys exactly what we found today. Okay, now I've got everything unloaded on the table, got the goodies. I'm gonna break down exactly what I found. Some of this I'm a little in shock by because I had a horrible reception. I couldn't sit there and look up comps. It was very quick pace. I have not been to this type of sale where I had an actual adrenaline rush from treasure hunting in a long time. So I grabbed what footage I could of that place in there, and once we got into that electronics room, it's just the same 5 or 6 guys I see out in the local Goodwills hustling. All of us were in one small room together. It was a little cutthroat for a moment because we all had certain items in mind that we wanted to grab, and we all went for what we were going for. We all came out with a good load of stuff, so I'm really pumped to be able to dive in and see what we found. All right, real quick, it's actually the next day. I was going back and editing this video last night, and I realized I only counted up 13 items, and I actually found more in my car, so there's actually 18 items. So a few times during this video, you might hear me reference 13 items or a different sell price for total. So just thought I'd wiggle that in here. Back to your regular video. And before I dive in real quick, what I want to do is make this a 2-part video series. So this is part 1. I'm gonna show you exactly what I found, and I'm gonna document on a Google spreadsheet how much I think I can sell it for, how much I'm going to list it for. Once all 13 items have sold, I'm going to do a follow-up video, a part 2, and show you the actual results and see if I was able to sell this for how much I think I can. All right, so I'm gonna shut up, show you guys exactly what I found. First up, Bop It. If you guys ever find some of these old Bop Its, this is from 1996, grab them if they are cheap. I paid 50 cents for this. Not a huge money maker, but it sells for between 15 and 20 bucks all day. I'm trying to increase my ASP this year, my average sell price, but when it's 50 cents and I can arbitrage it into $15 sale price, I'll probably pocket 5, 6, 7 bucks, somewhere in that range after fees and shipping. Might as well pick it up. Item number 2, this was the worst buy of the day. I've sold a lot of Walkman in the past, especially these yellow ones. Specifically Sony is what I've sold the most of, and I've sold those for 30, 40, 50 bucks before. So when I saw a yellow Walkman, I picked it up. It was 50 cents. Not losing much. I'm gonna make a few dollars on it, but it's only selling between $15 and $18 on average. There are $20 comps. I'm just gonna list it for about $18. See if it sells. It is in really good condition. Of course, I'm gonna test all of this to make sure it's functioning. If it's not functioning, I just go for parts and then list it a little bit lower. But 50 cents, sell for between 15 and 18 bucks. See how that goes. Item number 3 is this Seiko touch sensor map. Basically a world map touch sensor screen. The fact that it's got the original manual with it, even though this does very little, this actually does add a lot of value, especially when you're looking at older stuff. As you guys can see, I paid 50 cents for that guy. The last day of the sale is a fill-a-bag for $5. There's not a lot left that I would go for, but I'm still gonna follow up. I'm gonna go back to that sale on the last day, see if there's anything that's worth just stockpiling basically for free. But at 50 cents, definitely grab this guy. Not a huge money maker, but again, very low buy cost, very low investment. Selling for about $20 all day long because I have this extra piece to add some value into it, I'm going to price this at about $25. Item number 4, I don't know if you guys remember these. Motorola Razr, baby. I definitely went through a few of these myself, so when I saw it sitting on the table for $1, even just for nostalgia, I had to pick it up. But fortunately, these actually do sell. If you find old tech, old flip phones, cell phones, stuff like that, definitely look them up. I wasn't actually able to look this one up. Same with a lot of these items, I actually couldn't look up because I just didn't have cell reception. Grabbed what I could, but when I saw something like this, I've sold a couple of these before, so I knew they were worth at least 20 bucks. All I have to do is find a charger, which actually does look like I have one of these chargers already, so I can just power it up, make sure it turns on. Test what I can on it, of course, be accurate with your descriptions. But these are kind of all over the place. They've sold as low as $12 to $15 range for parts, and then if it's in good working condition, this one's actually in pretty good shape, just a couple nicks on the screen, which I'll photo. Pretty confident I can get at least $19.95 out of this, but I am gonna start a little bit higher. I love to start a little bit higher just by a few dollars in case somebody does snipe it at that deal, but I can also have wiggle room for offers or dropping my price. So I'm gonna go for 25 on this one. Item number 5, I actually got 2 of these. Item number 6 you'll see next, but Polaroid land camera model 600. This is specifically the autofocus 660 SE. There is a sold comp because it has the strap for $40. There's other sold comps for about 30, some as low as 20. I'm gonna try to quick flip all this stuff as fast as I can, so I am just gonna meet in the middle. I'm gonna start at 35, and I'm willing to take as low as about 25 to 30 if I need to. Item number 6 is the next Polaroid, which is the Impulse AF edition. About the same type of comps on this, anywhere from between 25 and 35 on average. I'm just gonna throw it up for 30 bucks. Oh, I forgot to mention on both of these, I paid $1 each. Easy picking on that. I've sold tons of Polaroid cameras from garage sales. I usually pay about $5. So the fact I found them for $1, didn't even have to look them up. Easy pick right there. Now let's get into some of the fun ones that I was very surprised to find. You guys saw in that clip, I went back after getting the cash. I did one more walkthrough inside of a different room I didn't even see, and I found this. This is a Western Digital hard drive. I paid a whopping $2 for this thing, and let's just say it was a very good pickup. eBay is kind of all over the place. There's 3 active listings as of the time of this video. There's one for $150, $250, and $350. There's sold comps for about $70 to $80, which is still amazing on a $2 buy cost. But on the Amazon side, the lowest, and it's got a decent sell-through rate as well, is $180. So I'm going to actually sell this on Amazon, not as new. Let me put a caution. This is all based on your risk tolerance. I'm going used like new because it's sealed, mint condition. I'm not going new because I don't have an invoice from a supplier to prove authenticity or fight an IP claim. But used items, much more safe to be able to do it that way. So this going on Amazon used like new for $180. And of course, part 2 of this video, we'll see what it actually sells for. And I'll cross post on eBay as well. I'll put up 180 bucks there too, because if it sells either, I don't care which platform it sells on, as long as I can sell it for above 150. It's good in my book. Item number 7 is a TiVo, and this was also $1. Like, most of the stuff was $1. It was freaking crazy. I picked this up specifically because it's got the power adapter that goes to it. It's not just a knockoff one, a universal one. It's also got the original remote that goes to it. Comps are pretty sweet on this. There are active sales happening every single week on this, and I'm very confident I can sell this for about $90. Number 8, this is a dual scan system from Konica Minolta. Konica? I've never actually looked up how that's pronounced properly. But it's for 35mm film. You can pop it in there. I don't have the trays that are supposed to go with it. It does not have a power adapter. So I'm going to go to Goodwill and find a 24 volt power adapter is what I need to find for this to complete it. That way you can at least make sure it powers on. But like almost everything in that sale, it was $1. Comps are all over the place for this thing. There's listings as high as $300 for a complete set if I had the trays to go with it. But there's also some on the low end below $100. I'm comfortable, I paid $1. I'm comfortable selling this for $100. If I get a 75 or 80 offer, I'm going to take that as well. If this were a little bit better condition, it is marked up a little bit, and if I had the complete trays to go with it, I would start at the higher end, probably in that $200 or $250 range. But if I can quick flip this for $100, that's good. Item, I completely forgot what item we're on. Are we on 9? I'm gonna have to look when I'm editing. This might be item number 9. We'll go with that. Epson scanner. So many people are afraid to pick this kind of stuff up because of the shipping. You have to do bubble wrap and sometimes custom boxing, and I've done videos here on the channel showing how to do that, so go check those out if you have that fear. But if you get over that fear and start doing this, there's a lot of profit to be made on these types of items. I've sold similar models to this before, and they sold between $50 and $60, which is what I assumed this would sell for, so I picked it up anyways. I didn't have reception in that room, so I didn't look it up. And as you can see, I paid $1 for this one as well. It's just a normal little scanner deal. Does not have a power adapter. So again, go to Goodwill. That's a little side tip. You can go to Goodwill and just match up what type of adapter. This one's also a 24 volt adapter. So I'm going to be going on an adapter power source hunt this week. That guy, based on the comps, about what I assumed it would be, is about $60. Y'all know I love my VCRs. I'm trying to get out of the VCR game as much, but when I do find good ones, I pick them up. Again, I couldn't look up a lot of this stuff. This was one of them. I paid $1 for it. I'm gonna make a few bucks, but definitely not one of the higher end ones I would love to get. I do have some blank VHS tapes that I can include with these type of things, which increases the value so I can get a few more bucks out of it. But I'm pretty confident I can sell this for about $40 to $45 just as is based on the sold comps. Fairly lightweight. This is gonna cost about $20 to ship depending on where it's going, 20 to 25 range. And oftentimes with FedEx home delivery, I don't know if you guys have noticed this, comment in the comments below, but I've been finding a lot of really good, cheaper rates in the last couple months just on FedEx home delivery, so definitely put that as an option. Number 12 is way more up the alley of the types of VCRs I want to be going with. Again, paid a whopping $1 for this guy. This one's obviously not just a VHS, it's also a DVD combo. Sold comps consistently across the board between 100 and 150 depending on which cords it comes with. Does it come with blank VHS tapes, all of which I have extras of. Pretty consistent numbers hovering about that 120 sell price, so I'm gonna come in at $115. Again, I'm trying to quick flip a lot of this stuff because my buy cost was so, like, this is as close to free as I can get. So $1, I'm gonna sell it for about $115. This is bigger and heavier. This may cost upwards of $30-ish to ship. Of course, once I do the results video, I'll break down all the cost involved and all that, the fees, all that fun stuff that you guys wanna know about. But super happy with this pickup. This was actually the very first item I found in there, so I was really excited for it. Number 13 is this OrthoFix Spinal Stimulator. This I found in the same room as the hard drive. I went back for that second round to walk through, make sure I didn't miss anything. Bonus tip, never leave after just looking at things one time, especially at estate sales, rummage sales, garage sales. I always circle through twice because I always miss stuff. So I was really excited to find this. I've never seen one before, never heard about it. Fortunately, it was in a different room. I had my phone. I was able to actually look it up real quick. I just looked up OrthoFix Stimulator. I was in. I paid, I don't know if you guys can see the sticker. You'll have to trust me. I paid $4 for this thing. Great condition. It's even got a bunch of these extra 9-volt batteries that go with it. There's comps all over the place, but consistently between $150 and $300. So I'm gonna come in at $200. I'm not expecting it to sell for exactly $200. It is an older model compared to what the sold comps are showing for this brand. So I'm willing to accept, I'll go down as low as $100. If I get a $100 offer, I'll take that, but I'm expecting this to move at about $150 is what my actual sell price I think is gonna be. Just a cool brand to add into my database up here. I've never heard of OrthoFix or ever seen one in person. And that's the trick when you go to these type of sales, whether it's garage sales, estate sales, rummage sales, is always look stuff up if you can, but look for stuff you've never heard of. I have a rule for myself that if I've never heard of the brand, I'm going to look it up. I don't care if I think it's garbage. I'm just going to look it up because then I know for next time. And because I have that rule set for myself that if I see something unique or I have not seen that brand before, I'm going to look it up. Item number 13, 14, and 15 are all essentially the same. I'll show you what they are. And one of these tables was just boxes and boxes of these phones. Check this out. I wanted $1 for everything inside of the box, and everything in each box, there's 3 different ones I'll show you. Each one is a complete set. They said that they were all pulled from their actual office there in the church, so everything's in complete working condition. A lot of people pass on these. I used to all the time. Some of them are not worth reselling, especially, I mean, even at $1 buy cost, some of these for the set will only sell for 20. I try to find the ones I can sell for 30 plus. Fortunately, that's what a lot of these ones were. 2 sets are VTEX, 1 set is AT&T. Again, I paid $1 for this whole box based on the comps that you guys can see here. I'm planning on selling this for about $30 to $35 range for the set. Number 15 is going to be pretty much the same story. Got a different box set. This is the AT&T set. So this one I am planning on selling on the $30 range. Again, if I get a $25 offer, I'm going to take it. These were $1 to buy, so a little bit of money to be made there. 16 is going to be the same story again. Paid $1 for everything inside of here. This is another VTEX setup. Again, selling for that $30 to $35 price point. And I'm going based on the comps that have all 3. There's other comps you might see where there's only going to be $20 or $25 sales. That's for a set of 2. A lot of, I think all of these came with a set of 3, and then one of them actually came with a set of 4. So that's where I'm gonna go for a little bit higher price. This is why I'm excited to do a follow-up video to this and do a results video, because a lot of times as a reseller, you pick this stuff up and you think you can sell it for X amount of dollars, and in reality, that's not always the case. So now you guys can see when I do a follow-up video exactly what this all sold for. Item number 17, easy yes. In my book, check this out. Nintendo parts, 50 cents for the box. Not massive money to be made here by any means. It's not a huge flip, just a cool flip because it's old school Nintendo stuff. So we have an old Nintendo adapter. We've got, I believe this was an RF adapter, something like that. I'll have to look this one up again. I haven't messed around with this stuff in so long. This is an adapter for the old NES, and then I've also got one of the old plugins for the NES as well, the AV cables. And then also separate, still Nintendo, but separate, the 3 cords there are NES specific. This one is for a Nintendo 64, and this is one of the power adapters. This by itself sells for 15 bucks all day long, so that's what I'm gonna sell this one independently for, is $15. Super lightweight, it's gonna be first class to ship, probably about 4 bucks. These, on the other hand, I could part them out, sell them separately, but because they all go to the same device, the old NES, I'm actually going to sell them together as a lot. Independently, these are selling between 10 and 15 bucks each. I'm going to come in at just a flat $40, see if it moves at that price. If not, I'm totally good with accepting about a $30 offer, which is what I realistically think these will sell for, but I'm gonna go for 40. Again, price a little bit higher to begin with, take offers, drop your price if needed. 50 cents for the whole lot to turn it into potentially 30 or 40 bucks. Definitely a good thing to keep an eye out for or pick up. Last, but certainly not least, is going to be probably, I've had a lot of really good finds, but I think this might be the find of the day. This bad boy right here is an Olympus A11 flash vintage camera. The fact that it's got the hard case to go with it, again, like I said earlier with that world map, little tiny add-ons like this, original manuals, some type of original case. This isn't just a case, it's the original one that comes with it. That's a huge value draw right there, so I'm gonna be able to price this a little bit higher. Best part about this, I paid 50 cents for this thing, and I was in that room where I had no reception. I didn't need reception to know that this was worth more than 50 cents. Picked it up when I got into the other room, looked it up real quick, threw that in the basket that I had, because this thing is selling between $100 and $200 depending what goodies it comes with, condition. I think with the current condition and the original case, I can easily pocket. Oh, not even gonna.
Now it's broken.
Not even. Should I put that in the clip? Or just drop the most valuable piece on camera?
Okay.
That's embarrassing. Cut. I'm done. That's so bad. People are gonna unsubscribe from me. They're like, bro, is that the dude that drops vintage cameras? I forgot where I was at too. So I'm fairly confident I'm going to be able to sell this thing for about $150, what I'm going to list it for. Again, I paid 50 cents. If somebody throws a $100 offer, I'm going to take it. This was definitely one of the best finds of the day as far as cost versus how cool it is. Just an overall great product to keep an eye out for. And a lot of people pass on this stuff all day long. Anytime you're out in Goodwills, estate sales, thrift stores, and you see vintage camera gear, vintage lenses sometimes, never pass that stuff up. Even if you just take 5 seconds and look up the model number, you'll be surprised what some of this stuff still goes for. So at the end of the day, based on the spreadsheet that I came up with, I jotted down all 18 items that we have here. My total buy cost was $19.50. Are we good just to call it an even 20 bucks? Based on total sell price, again, not what I'm taking home or pocketing. I'm gonna show all the fees and shipping costs involved inside the results video, but we have a $1,188 total sell price based on a $20 buy cost. That was definitely one of the best treasure hunter adrenaline rush highs I think I've had in a few years. So my battery died and I'm too lazy to get up and go swap it. So here's my concluding thoughts of the day. Take the extra 15 or 20 minutes to stop at those sales that you might prejudge sometimes. This was the first rummage sale I've been to in probably 2 years. Trista had told me about this and I'm like, okay, yeah, go enjoy your little rummage sale. And I mean, we're looking at several $100s profit here after everything is sold through. So that's just tip of the day. Never pass up a thrift, never pass up the sales. Just go out there, spend 5 or 10 minutes minimum and just see what you can find and look new stuff up. Don't be afraid of selling electronics if you never touch electronics. There's some serious profit to be made. Anyways, I thought I would just throw this all up on video because it was just such a unique situation I've been in. This is probably the least amount of money I've ever paid for products that are gonna sell for over $800. Hopefully that's estimated, of course. I'm just excited. I'm excited to actually put it here and document this thing to see if I'm even right, if I'm even in the ballpark on my pricing. So with that being said, stay tuned for part 2, and who knows, maybe that part 2 is already recorded and up, so you can go back to our channel and look for that. I'll do you one better. Once it's recorded, I'll put it in the description, in the link in the description below. So if it's not down there, it hasn't been done yet, but stay tuned. It's been Chaz, Side Hustle Network. I will see you guys in the next video.